Good morning, everybody. Monday, May 11th, 2020. No video, or excuse me, no PowerPoint today. Really not scripted today, just coming to you with a couple things. And I'm only making one video today, partly because my internet's on the fritz, and this is take 3, I think, of this one. So feel free to share this video or anything in it, but I'm directing this one to just use staff. And my profound thank you. My profound thank you for everything that you're doing and everything that you're doing for our students and our staff and our community. Think back. We've been at this for almost 2 months, maybe a little over 2 months. And in about 72 hours, we went from what we have known, what we are trained for, to a whole new reality, to something new and something different for educating our students. And think back over these last 2 months of everything that we've accomplished. You've touched base with your students. You've delivered academic curriculum. You've supported them. You've reached out. You've been that constant face. You've been that constant touch point. You've helped the students. You've helped the parents. You've helped the community. We are feeding approximately 500 students with delivering 3 times a week, for 7 meals, or for 7 days worth of meals, 2 meals a day. We've given out over 120 hotspots to families who did not have internet connectivity. Our 612 students had Chromebooks, and we handed out over 100 Chromebooks to all our elementary students. And we continue every day to touch base with them. And we continue to reach out. And we continue to try to make the chaos seem normal. And you are doing a fabulous job. You are the constant. You are the rock. But I worry about you. Because I worry about our students, and I worry about the families, and I worry about what they're going through and the trauma. But I also worry about you and the trauma that you're going through. And I worry about the toll that it may be taking on you. Because not only are you worrying about yourself, and not only are you worrying about your families, but you're worrying about our students. And you're worrying about everything that they need to do as well. And you're worried about the student that you don't see um, very often, or that you haven't seen for a while. And you're touching base with them. And you worry about their families, and you worry about the families who have lost jobs. And it takes a toll. So please take some time for you. And I hope you got out this weekend. And I know this weekend probably wasn't the best of weekends. I don't know about you, but outside my window yesterday, I saw a combination of rain and snow and sleet. But I also hope that you are taking time to connect with your family and your friends, and however you're connecting with them, because that's important too. But I also want us to start looking toward the future, because while I worry about everybody and I worry about um, the trauma that's taking place, I also worry about the students that we may not be connecting with. And I know virtual learning, we have some students who were not very engaged in brick and mortar, but are now engaged. And that's awesome. But we have some students who were engaged with us that may not be engaged now. And that kids are starting to tune out, and families are starting to struggle even more, and you're starting to struggle because, again, we've been in this for 2 months, and now the grind is hitting, and we have 1 month to go. We have 1 month till the end of the school year, and we know that um, there are things we know, there are things we don't know. We know that we are closed, our facilities, through the end of June. We know that we're not going to deliver summer school or summer excel as we did before. This year, because we can't do it face to face in June, and very unlikely we'd be able to do face to face in July. So we have canceled Summer Excel, with the exception of we're looking at remediation type things, 112. And how do we do that? Next year, I really don't know, and we don't know. While I'm with all of you, and I hope that come September, we're back to full swing. we're back to face, and we're starting school with the celebrations and the feel and the students in the classrooms and in the hallways. And at the high school, we're looking at homecoming and we're looking at all of these different things. And I hope that we're doing that. But this is just Tim right now who doesn't believe that that's probably going to happen. I think realistically next year that we may be starting in either full virtual or a blended. And what does a blended mean? Well, it may be that we're allowed to do some face to face instructions, but maybe we're limited to the number of students or number of people in that area. And that could be 10, that could be 50. But if it's 10, what does that mean? Does that mean one teacher and 9 students in a classroom? Does that mean that's one bus driver and 9 students on the bus? What about lunch? What about recess? What about passing time? If we're 50, we have a little more flexibility, but still, that's only 50. What does that mean? So we need to start looking at what next year may look like. You're going to hear, if you haven't heard already, that we're planning or we're looking at a couple planning days yet this year. And those planning days, we're going to ask you as staff to start looking at what are those essential elements? What are those essential targets in our curriculum that we should be teaching, whether we're virtual or face to face? What are those essential things? And how do we start having those conversations about what's coming up? Because we need to. And how do we take all the great things that we do in a normal school year, all the great things that we are doing now, and learn from them and combine them and make next year even better? But also, what are things that we can tweak and improve on and make even better? Coming out this week, I'm hoping, if it's not this week, it's next week, will be a survey. We're going to survey parents, students, and you staff to ask what is working, what did work, what things can we improve on, and what do we need to do to take the best of what we're doing and also tweak what may not be working and make next year even better. And how do we engage more students? Because I worry about, as I said, I worry about once June hits and June 10th hits, when we collect everything and everybody's home for the summer. I worry about our students and our families because who's connecting with them on a regular basis? I worry about you as a staff about how the summer is going to do and how do we get back in the fall. So please continue to reach out to our staff, our students, and each other as staff. Please continue to be that rock in the community. You're doing an awesome job. But also, please take care of yourself. Please take the time for you. And it's okay to take the time for you. And if you're feeling kind of in this, the grind, look at the social media of last week of staff appreciation. Look at all the kudos that is coming your way as a staff. Because if you doubt the impact you're making, look at that. Look at the videos. Look at the comments. Look at what parents and students are reaching out and saying. And the overall message is thank you. Thank you for what you're doing. So take care of yourself. Find some time for you and stay safe. So until next Monday, thank you, staff. Thank you for everything you're doing. And we'll see you later.